Hello, everybody. A little bit late, but we're here now. Here for the NWS Cup Series here at Atlanta. Um, Practice just getting over with here, and we're gonna get quali underway.
Yeah, should be a good one. We got Atlanta, the new Atlanta. It's all flat out. Everyone should be competitive. Should be some close packs racing. I'm pretty excited for it, Christian.
And definitely, I mean, Atlanta, they consider it not a super speedway, but a super speedway style track. Obviously, super speedway, in my opinion, would be the Daytona and Talladega because they're just bigger, right? It allows these drivers to um, get up to a little bit higher speed. We see Jacob Quill on track right here. Trying to put down a quali lap. Let's see what he can do here.
Something I noticed with this track is the tri-oval, quad-oval, whatever you want to call that thing. It really throws a wrench in things when you're so close to all these drivers. It can be problematic to get through there.
I definitely agree. I mean, at most super speedways, you can go like 2, 3 wide easily, but here, 2 wide's probably you know the most comfortable for all these drivers. Um, and especially like you said, going out of the tri-oval, just the way how this racetrack is shaped, it's kind of like almost rigid and jagged on that inside. You see Jacob, he's gonna cut that apron all the way down there to try to get the best time. Um, and now he's gonna be first in quali. But yeah, I agree that it can be kind of scary going down there into the tri-oval just with how it's shaped and how much you have to be up against the guy behind you just to push him up there. So it's gonna be interesting to see whether these drivers are gonna be aggressive into the tri-oval because you can make up a lot of time just because some people aren't going to be as aggressive just because of how sketchy it is.
We have a very, very tight window for pole. Only Jacob Quill beating Kevin Hunsaker by 1,000th of a second.
Yeah, Jacob Quill with a 31.451 to Kevin's 4.52. So yeah, 1,000th of a second off the time here at Atlanta. That is unbelievable.
Should I hope that keeps up when we see a close race all night.
I definitely agree. You see Zachary Klinsman right there qualifying his number 33 car in P6. And we still have a couple cars that haven't uh, gone on track to make a lap. Zane Hodgson, Aaron Trugel, and Cash Culp have not decided to take a lap yet. But now currently no cars on the track with just a little under 2 minutes um, left in the race. I mean, left in qualifying, my apologies.
What do you think? Do you think that new Atlanta is better or old Atlanta?
Yeah, I don't know. It's honestly a hard question because obviously New Atlanta's repaved and they reconfigured it, and the racing, in my opinion, has gotten better as we've started the race here. It definitely is a very unique in the way you have to race it here, even in real life, with how it's a super speedway, but there's also tire wear and there's also like handling issues. So it's also about car management. But Old Atlanta put on so many good races over the years, but um, I don't know if it would have put on better racing in the next gen because the next gen is so rigid and so like especially with that underbody. Old Atlanta was so bumpy. I don't know how the car could have handled it with the bottoming out and everything else. So, um, I don't really have a clear favorite over the other, just because there's a reason why they repaved and reconfigured the track. Just because I don't think the next gen could run at a track like Old Atlanta. So,
Yeah, I'll never forget. Kurt Busch winning that last old Atlanta race. That was a pretty good one.
Yeah, definitely. The old Atlanta put on a hell of a show for its, last race is, that configuration. Kurt, obviously very was a very great race car driver and put on a hell of a fight for that win.
I forgot Atlanta has a short parade lap. That's a W.
Oh,
Fuck you.
so in second chat, we got to turn off voice chat. So my apologies. But Jacob Quill, um, the pole sitter here, so we're gonna go through your starting grid here at Atlanta. Jacob Quill, gonna start on the pole here. Kevin Hunsaker, P2. P3 is gonna go to Chris A. Maxwell with
Hey, Noah.
Jamie McKinney
What do you
running
want?
on P4.
You
P5 is
also
gonna be Andrew White
set for infinite
making his comeback
passengers.
with Zachary Klinsman sitting in
Oh, you
P6.
dumb bitch.
And my
Why did it reset all of my settings when I edited it?
At least don't be 58 laps down.
Noah Hamilton
Okay, he's the
and
fastest ever getting a
P6
penalty. How's
and
that?
Diego Rodriguez and
But
P8.
I
Noah,
edited it
Sully,
today
you
because I
wanna
realized
round
this
out the
track
rest
doesn't
of
have lights
the
even though
starting
they're in real
lineup?
life, which is stupid. So I changed it from
Yeah.
sunset to afternoon.
We have Clinton Funk in P9 and Blake Cottrell in P10. Rounding
Is that
in
the real
11th, we
Aaron
got
Hugel
Corey
and Corey Lyles right
Lyles,
in front of me?
and in 12th, Aaron Shagol.
Okay, a couple things. If you use
And
a
rounding
fast
out the
repair, you will
field,
get a penalty.
we have Tane
I'm
Hodison
sorry,
and
because when I
Cash
edited the
Culp.
session and changed the time of day, it reset all of the settings, even though when you edit a session, it's supposed to keep everything. That
Again, I don't know why it's doing that. Fans at home, my sim keeps just turning on voice shadow on its own. But we will be going green here. And we will hand the race over to Jacob Quill here. And we are green here at Atlanta. Great jump by Jacob. Almost, you think almost a too good of a jump, right, Sully? I mean, they're going to catch him really quickly and eat him up.
And you can already see that happening. The 17 of Chris A. Maxwell just closing that gap in. They're going to have a huge run. He goes up top. I don't agree with that move. Noah Hamilton to Jacob Quill's bumper.
Yeah, I mean, see the 17 right there go up trying to make a line, but no one went with him, has no help, and he's going to fall back all the way. I mean, back to 5th, 6th, maybe even 7th. You see that number 1 Advent Health car going to help him out a little bit, but still, I think maybe that's the number 32 car. My apologies. You definitely thought that 17 was going to
Noah
get some help.
Hamilton to the apron.
Yeah, I think he got a bump from that. From Kevin, I think that was, and he just didn't like it, and it upset the car, and had to back out of that.
Oh, they are getting wobbly. 3 wide in the back. After that apron, Noah Hamilton's fallen way back, and him and Zachary Klinsman are going to be trying to work their way up.
Yeah, Zachary and Noah in a really tough spot right here already, and they're not wanting to work together unless Noah wants to push the 33. Noah just kind of let him go. Well, they need to get linked up, or they're gonna continue to hemorrhage this time away, which is not something you want, especially at a track like this where you kind of have to be in the draft, or you're gonna start losing a tremendous amount of time.
As they're wrecking up front. 3 cars, 4 cars, 5 cars. The 17 with damage. They're still wrecking. The 84 looks high centered. He
Yeah.
gets out of it.
Gonna back it up onto the apron and get that Toyota Camry turned around.
The second week in a row, Diego Rodriguez's night ends early.
Let's take a look at that. It just looks like aggressive pushing. It looks like that 84 car. I don't know what you're trying to do there. You're really not supposed to push into the corners, and if you're gonna push, you kind of have to be square. And I think the 84 Blake just uh couldn't get that car settled enough to push him square. He kind of just got him in the left to rear, which got Diego really squirrely, and it's really hard to save these cars, especially when you're up on the apron. Came up, and a lot of these cars just know where to go.
A lot of these cars on pit road right now. Cash Culp driving down right now.
Ash doesn't seem to have too much damage on that car, but probably just gonna go down, see what kind of optionals he has. Yeah, I really don't see that much damage on this 57 Van Halen machine. So yeah, hopefully Cash can get whatever damage is sorted out, get back on the racetrack, and figure this out.
The car doesn't look too bad. I think unfortunately, the guy who got the worst was Diego A. Rodriguez.
You see that on pit road right there. A lot of right front damage, and just that car looks very destroyed. But with all that, Aaron Schugel, he race lead here. Aaron, I'm not sure if since we've been broadcasting his first race here, I've broadcasted races with Aaron Schugel in them, but his first time while we've been broadcasting here at High Velocity TV with Aaron Schugel leading here at Atlanta. It looks like he's gonna elect the top for this restart, and that will give Tane Hodgson the bottom on that front row.
Jacob Quill, our last week's winner, behind Hodgson on the bottom there.
And we know Jacob Quill is probably going to be very aggressive, right? I mean, he's won back-to-back races, probably very solidly locked into the points when it comes to playoff contention. So I don't think, especially at these super speedways, when you're locked in like this and you've knocked out a couple wins, I think like there's nothing to lose really, right? If you are a little aggressive and you wreck, I mean, you have that little bit of a points cushion, right? So I definitely see Jacob putting themselves in spots to maybe be a little bit more aggressive than some other drivers that probably need just to have a good, solid, clean race and just, finish the race instead of maybe race and wreck for the win or something like that, like Jacob could do.
Looks like Cash Culp got out of there with no damage. Good to see that.
You see Cash all the way back there on the rear end of that bottom line here. Pace truck's gonna go off, and we're gonna hand the race back over to Barney and to and to Aaron Schugel. My apologies.
We have a major stack up with that 33 car. They're already 3 wide. Cash Culp looking to make it 4 wide. They are 4 wide at Atlanta.
4 wide in the back there.
And the 7 Rex. On a bad move by Jacob Quill. It stays green.
Stays green. Unfortunate for Clinton Funk right there in that 7 car, but looks like we're going to keep it green here. Aaron Schugel.
84. Wow.
You see these drivers kind of cutting the apron there, like Sully had mentioned in the pre-show. That they're going to have to do that just the way the track is shaped with how unnatural that is for a super speedway, I guess you can call it. I mean, you're going to see those drivers cutting that apron all race, and if you cut that apron just not in the right spot, so you can really unsettle the car and potentially even, you know, wreck. So
Yeah, you are right. As I would expect them just to ride the bottom for a little bit here. I don't think there's any reason to really be making moves right now.
no, I agree. You know, lap 10 of 130. I mean, that is. I mean, we still have a long ways to go, but you see, the front five have kind of checked out a little bit to the rest of the field here. You see the number 17 of Chris Maxwell latching onto the back of this pack here, and then Noah Hamilton kind of leading the little second pack with him and Andrew White linked together, trying to catch this front field. And then behind Andrew White, we have Blake Cottrell right here leading this, I guess, last pack here with the 84 to 77 Cash Culp and the number 57 Zach Klinsman and Jamie McKinney.
It's gonna be really tough for this pack to catch the main one. They might be riding on this stage yellow at lap 65. As you can see, the 7 somehow got his damage fixed. I'm not sure how that happened, but he's there.
Yeah, I wonder if they got a fast repair for this race with it being super speedways. I know a lot of cup leagues do that. You get like 1, maybe 2 fast repairs just because, you know, it's you can get wrecked out of these races very easily from nothing of you doing. So,
Wrecking the 84 hard into the wall.
and the 84, oof, the 7 barely squeaks through that. And the 84 still having issues right here. Looks like he's going to get spun around. Let's see what happened here with Blake again.
Looks like the 77 just turned him.
Yeah, it looks like Corey was trying to push him and just kind of give him a bad push. And around went the 84. Luckily, doesn't seem to be the damage doesn't seem too bad. It looks like there's a little bit of right front damage, but definitely could have been worse for that 84. And goodbye all those drivers to, you know, get around him, not, you know, make that wreck even bigger than it could have been. So under caution once again here on lap 14 of 130. Aaron Trugel still continues to lead the race here, and he's going to elect to go down pit road here. See the 33, you see Cash Colt back there, and I think that is also Corey Lyles coming down pit road as well. Still see Diego down there trying to get that car fixed. I don't know if he called it a night. It looks like he's still sitting in the sim, but currently 7 laps down, so unfortunate for Diego again. You know, had a really bad race last week at Auto Club, and literally lap 1 just gets caught up in something of, you know, nothing he could have nothing he could have done about that wreck. He just kind of got a bad push, and not even, you know, aliens can save some of the cars sometimes when they get a bad push like that.
It looks like Cottrell does not have a quick repair, as he still has damage on that car.
Yeah, looks like he's sitting back there. Maybe he's saving that. If they do have a fast, maybe he's saving it, right? I mean, the damage doesn't seem that bad, so maybe he's just trying to come down, knock as much out as he can, and then he'll head out of the pits when... Oh, and there goes Diego going backwards on pit road. And he is going to take the fast repair, and he's going out there.
There he goes.
So we can confer that their drivers do get at least one fasty, and that's why he was going backwards. He didn't want to wait.
I don't know why he waited 9 laps to do that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because he is now 10 laps down. Maybe just banking on cautions.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Well, the good news for Diego is his teammate right now, Tane, leading this race. Right now he elects the bottom, so maybe Diego wanted wanted to, not take that fasty, but he saw his teammate out here leading. He wants to be out here to help him out. I don't know. I don't. Maybe he did bank on some cautions to, help the time go by faster. But he is out here now. What we say? 10 laps down. So
Yep.
I mean, I don't know if he's gonna be able to get all those laps back. We need a lot of cautions. Plus, he has Blake Cottrell and Clinton Funk ahead of him, respectively, 1 laps down and 3 laps down. So, I mean, never say never, but 10 laps down is gonna be hard to recover from.
Yep.
Lights are off on the pace track, so we'll be going green this time. You see a lot of the drivers electing to run to choose the outside, so only 3 stacked up on that inside.
Including the leader.
Yep. And we are green here at Atlanta once again.
Hoddison gets a good jump.
Pretty decent jump by that 21 car. But you're already seeing the benefits of everybody electing that outside. That you see Jacob Quill already going to the outside, getting helped by Kevin Hunsaker and Noah Hamilton. So, and Jacob's clear. He's going to drop down into that bottom line, and that's going to leave Kevin and Noah out on that outside along with Andrew White. Oh, that 17 down on the apron. He needs to get back on that racetrack. There we go. He's going to back it off, and he might be in a little bit of trouble here. He needs to hope that the
7's
Oh, 7 is
hard into the wall.
huge hit back there for the 7.
No caution.
It looks like the 7 car just, I don't know. He's riding on the apron right here. Riding through on the apron all through 1 and 2. I have no idea what, that is, but, yeah, I just was loose on the apron, came up, and overcorrected into the outside wall.
Unfortunate for him, as they are single file for the lead.
Now, I'm not surprised. Like we said earlier, 20 of 130. That's so much time to just race, right? There's no need to be aggressive and to race hard and stuff like this with, I guess, probably only 1 fast repair. You got that 1 fast repair you can bank on, but after that, if you get caught up in another wreck, your race could potentially be over depending on the damage. So,
77 makes a move down low. They're side by side for second place.
yeah, and that's going to leave Tane up top by himself, unfortunately. You saw that 77 kind of dip below. And that 21 is going to fall to the back of this front pack. As they catch the number 7 car right here. Looks like the 7's going to stay up top.
So unfortunate for that 21, as, there's nothing he could do to defend that Corey Lyles move. You kind of just have to let it happen, and as it looks like Corey Lyles is looking to the outside, not going to make the move, but yeah, there's just nothing he could do, nothing he could do to defend it, and now he's at the back of the pack for it.
And Corey Lyles does go outside on Jacob Quill. We'll see if he can get clear here. Not quite, but he does have his teammate of Aaron Schugel right behind him, so this Ford Performance team right now looking really strong here at the first part of this race. I think that 77's clear, but I don't think he's going to drop down until he can get his teammate clear as well. We'll see if they can get clear on this backstretch. Not quite. That 12 car still had a little bit of a nose in there. And this is going to be a tough pass if they want to get both down clear, because you've seen almost everybody elect to, run the bottom, kind of run laps out, while these other two are trying to make the pass for the lead here and get both of them down. So this is going to be a tough pass for them, I think.
Hopefully this they're hoping this 2 car gets behind them. I think that would help them out a lot, but I've got a hunch that if they do get clear, they're going to leave that 2 car out to dry.
No, I wouldn't be surprised if that is the case. You see Noah dropping down, trying to drops back in line. But I definitely agree. With teammates, especially with teammates with very similar cars, you can tell that they're probably going to be working together. See Noah dropping back, trying to get out of this mess.
The backpack, the 17 is loose. They're kind of stacking up back here.
You see the 17 of Chris A. Maxwell right there, falling to the back of this pack. They also have that 7 in this pack as well. Let's see if the 7 can latch onto the back of this field and, help them out a little bit. But this is not what they need to be doing right here. And they kind of need to, they're kind of all kind of spread out a little bit. They need to be, up, packed up and stuff, because they're not going to be generating enough energy to, catch this front pack here. You see that 84 kind of lagging back a little bit as you see the 17 up into the wall. So these guys need to figure it out, because they're very, very slowly losing time. And it's not from inexperience. I know some of these drivers are very experienced here at these super speedway style tracks. I know Cash Colb's a very experienced super speedway racer, so they need to figure this out so they can try to, potentially catch back up there and potentially save their race here. I mean, we do have that stage caution at lap 65, but I would never want to bank a stage caution on staying on the lead lap. So
Yeah, as it looks like the 2 teammates cleared the field, and the 77 and the 71 are leading this race now.
you see the 2 teammates leading this pack, and you've seen Jacob Quill kind of fall back to this front pack as well, and is trying to get help from Andrew White, and I think Noah Hamilton's trying to get back up there as well. So while we were watching that backpack, I think something might have happened with this front pack that kind of split these cars up. You see Jacob Quill, Andrew White there sitting in P6, trying to get to the back bumper of this 12 car. And I think they have caught this front pack again. Noah might be in some trouble right here. 1.7 seconds, 1.2, my apologies, behind this front pack, and then no drafting help. I think he has officially lost the draft.
He's just going to fall back to the backpack, and they'll pick him up, and I think they're just going to ride it out to the stage caution.
Yeah, I think that's the best thing. I mean, you see Zachary Klinsman also lost this touch with this front pack. And then you see Jamie McKinney right here leading this little second pack. But they are about 2 seconds behind Zach and about, I would say, 40 seconds behind Noah. So I definitely think they won't be getting lapped by lap 67 if they can be cordial and not, race aggressively. Right now, they're sitting single file back here. This is exactly what they need to do, because, racing each other when you're that far behind is not what you need to be doing. So see number 33 jumping out of line back here. I'm gonna go to the back of this second pack here, I think. Back up to this front pack, you still see, this top 6. See Andrew White also caught up here. And this is the kind of pack that I was talking about that backpack needs to make. You see everybody kind of compacted up here. See Jacob getting a little tighter, squirrely up there, and lost a little bit of contact. But as we're going side by side here for the lead.
Hunsaker is getting really bold at these bumps. Looks like the leader has a little too uncomfortable of a gap. But luckily for him, his teammates right there behind him. He's not going to make any moves. They're just going to ride this one out.
And Tane, once again, the punching bag in this front pack. He tried to make a run with whatever that was, and once again, no one went with him, and he will fall to the back of this front pack. Once again, I mean, honestly, for Tane, I think that's the smartest thing to do. Is like if they wreck you and you're at the back, you're probably in the best spot to not get caught up in anything. So right now he's in the back of this leading pack. We will be getting a caution in about 30 laps here. So he's trying to keep all these drivers right now, especially if you're in this front pack. I wouldn't race hard at all, right? You're not racing hard at all, and you're gaining time on that second pack. I would just kind of ride it out. You're going to get bunched up for this stage caution at lap 65, so just try to keep these cars clean. Don't race each other, because then if you guys wreck, you give those guys in that second pack an opportunity, to make up spots because of you guys wrecking. So what they're doing right here is sitting single file. I think is the smartest thing to do right now.
These teammates are just unbreakable right now. I can't see anybody else being able to form a run and get by them right now at this point of the race. They look a little too strong for these guys.
Well, I definitely agree. I think it'll take this whole front pack to leave them out to get these two out of sync. So that's the one thing I do like about play racing, because you really see who works well together. Especially when it comes to teammates, you'll see, the alliances come to play, and like you said, and like you just mentioned, Sully, like these two teammates have worked very, very well together and leading this race, and looks like they're going to be hard to break up. So,
and you would expect they're on the same setup too, which has to help. Both their cars are driving similar. It might make it a lot easier to push.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I never even thought about the setup side of things, right? Teammates are definitely going to be sharing at least some type of telemetry, some type of data, at least at the very least. I presume that, when it comes to this type of thing, they probably would just use the same setup. It's not like IRL where it's hyper competitive and, you need to find every last little tenth of a second. So I definitely, and like I said, I never even thought about that. The setup probably will help, especially if you're running identical setups. You know how those cars are going to push. You know how well the cars are going to take a push. You know how hard you can push, just because you guys are running the same setup. So you see Kevin.
Looks like something happened in this front pack where it got spread out again.
Yeah, I think it was just Jacob backed out of that. I think he was running in fourth, and then just backed out and got to the back of the pack here, and obviously Tane was at the back of this field, so they had it takes a little bit of time for you to gain that momentum to get back up there. So, but Tane right now has moved his way up in the fourth, and then you got Jacob and Andrew White running out this front pack. As this second pack is spread even more thin. Right now we only have, the three of Diego, Cash, Culp, and Jamie. What happened to the 33 and everybody? 33's lost contact.
And it looks like Noah Hamilton is off the pace too. If you want to rewind and look what happened to that.
Yeah, Noah's in the pits right now.
He also had trouble getting down pit road.
Oh, wow. So this is what broke up this pack. Noah. See what happened to Noah here. Very interesting. Just loses it on his own and KOs that car. And as you mentioned, Sully having issues going down pit road, probably due to that damage, because that was a very hard hit.
I can imagine
I'm surprised that wasn't a caution, to be honest. So, but yeah, tough break for Noah right there. 4 laps down now due to that
Yeah, you'll see
misstep.
here he missed pit road, went through the grass, and
And that's
yeah,
probably why he's 4 laps down, is because he definitely had a penalty for that. So, because theoretically, all he needed to do was probably take that fast repair, come out. But I mean, he cut the he cut that the tri-oval very bad. Went through the grass, and yeah, definitely had probably like a minute and a half second hold. So.
he will go back to the lead.
Still
Still,
see,
these two teammates just dominating this race.
I see these top three have not changed in a little bit now. You see Kevin sitting there in P3, just kind of I presume just kind of content, just riding behind there. I mean, he definitely needs help to get around these guys.
Our past winner, Jacob Quill. I can imagine he's gonna start to struggle keeping this draft. It's getting close.
So Green in the chat, it looks like he said Noah Hamilton said he couldn't hit the pits because the car didn't turn. So I think he literally used that grass to turn his car down there. And he also said that the fast repair was an error upon whoever made the session, and that people that did take their fasty will be getting penalties for it. So
there you go.
Which is also big because you've seen a lot of drivers take their fasty. You saw Diego do it. You saw a couple drivers that had damage come out with a clean car. So there's gonna be quite a few drivers that are gonna be handed out some penalties. So. See, Jacob Quill and Andrew White have kind of lost touch with this front pack almost. They're not quite out of drafting range, especially with Andrew helping them. There's still a chance that they can get back up there, but they're just right inside, just right on that bubble of losing the draft right now. 1.3, almost 1.4 now. It's going to be tough. They're going to need the help of that 17, even though he is a lap car, to help them get back up there. Obviously, we still have that stage caution. I don't think they'll be in contention of getting lapped, but definitely not what Jacob probably wanted to see there.
No, as you mentioned before, he is a repeat winner already. He won back-to-back races, and he's going for his third right now. It's going to be really, really hard. I think that's his teammate behind him, if I'm not mistaken.
I think they have latched on to the back of this draft because they are making up quite a bit of time, down to a second now. So I think Andrew finally got tucked up under them, and they're slowly reeling these guys back in.
Yep, Jacob Quill and Andrew White are in fact teammates. So they might turn into a Corey Lyles and Aaron Schugel situation where they might have something to give.
No, definitely. I think anybody that has a teammate, like unfortunately Diego, bad race for him, but Tane definitely would have liked to have him up there to help him as well, because Tane's been up there in the top 5 all race. So, but Diego does have a clean car. He just slaps down and just not with this group. So, but Jacob, I thought they had the draft, and they're back down to about 1.4 seconds again. Over behind technically Tane, but that 7 car is of Clinton is technically trying to latch onto the back of this field, and honestly it's probably helping Jacob and Andrew try to catch up back with these guys, just because he's giving them just a little bit more draft, and you see he's not completely tucked up behind them, so yeah, it's helping them out.
They're going to use him like a leapfrog. They're going to get his draft and shoot right by him. And hopefully that'll give him enough to get to the back of this front pack.
Yeah, now 1.3. I mean, it's going to be tight. And the 7 decides to go down pit road. Let's see what they can do with this run here. Got it down to 1-2. go on board with Jacob, and you can see how far away they are from these leaders. So they're still just hovering around that 1-2, 1-3 range. So I think they definitely have it, but they just don't have enough, you know, of the draft to actually get up and catch them. So
I'm getting word that drivers who took their quick repairs are getting black flagged right now.
really,
That is why the 7 hit pit road, and Diego Rodriguez was just black flagged.
very interesting. Yeah, I figured they would have like maybe black flagged them under that stage caution, but and I think that 7 really hurt their chances because now they're down to 2.3 seconds. I don't know if something happened with these two while we were on board, but they have lost a tremendous amount of time to this front pack. Luckily, 10 to go here. I don't think 10 laps. I don't think the leaders can catch him in 10 laps, especially when you got a drafting buddy. So, they have a clean car. Jacob's gonna come out here P5, and Angel's gonna come out of here P6. So you can't really complain about this at the stage caution. I'm definitely not out of the race, so. But that is given.
Back up front, the teammates are still just continuing to lead this race. And it looks like Kevin Hunsaker, I think he took that spot back from Tane. Tane had it momentarily. And we are back to where we started, except they picked up the 33, who is 5 laps down.
Yes, 5 laps down is Zach right there. And I think Zach is just going to try to leash onto the back of this field. I mean, that's all he can do. But once again, these teammates are so dominant right now. Like, I don't even think Kevin and Tane can, like, even make a run at these guys unless they think that 33 will go with them. And if I was the 33, I would go with them. I would try to race right here with not that many laps to go in this caution and maybe get one of your laps back if you can. That's something I would do personally, right? I mean, especially with this few amount of drivers that are on this front pack, try to make some moves, try to maneuver your way around, and maybe just try to lead this front pack, or maybe be up there towards the end, and try to get one of those 5 laps back. But I think he's content just kind of riding back there behind the 21 car. And hoping for the best right here. And now he's the second car that are laps down right now. That 17 of Chris Maxwell will be your lucky dog, 1 lap down right now, sitting there in the P9 spot. And then it's Zach, 5 laps down. Clinton, 10 laps down. Diego, 13. Blake, 19. And Noah, 21 laps down.
There goes the 33. He's looking. He wants to make a move to race for his lap back. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do it with these two teammates up front. I think when they pit at the caution, it's going to make it very interesting to see, like, if they get separated, maybe one of them has a bad pit stop. It's a big liability.
Yeah, I definitely think Kevin wants to do something, but he just doesn't have any hope. I mean, I don't know how they got separated again. I think it was just getting around that lapper. I mean, Kevin is kind of stuck behind these guys all race and just can't make a move because he doesn't have anybody to make a move with. So, as they're going to go on by and try to get around Diego right here. Maybe Diego can help his teammate maybe race for a stage win here. This Tane and that 33 car is starting to lose touch with this front pack. and they're definitely within drafting range. So as long as the stage three is willing to help, he can get Tane back up there. But um,
Looks like we're coming to 2 laps to go in this stage.
yep, 2 to go here in stage 1, and I definitely think these 2 teammates have it pretty much locked in. I think Kevin will try to make a run at it, maybe on the last lap, try to generate a run, and maybe Tane can go with them. But
I'd be curious on if the teammate decides he wants the stage win or not.
yeah,
There's definitely a chance.
there's definitely a chance. I don't know what they're gonna coordinate here because obviously these guys have not raced every race. So I don't even know if they're racing for points. So maybe they're just racing for fun. So I could see them, pulling out and racing for the stage win.
Throughout the last lap of this stage.
You see Kevin kind of leering back. Let's see if he's gonna try to pull out and try to make something. I don't think he has the help to do it though. So we'll see if one of these teammates will try to. We'll see if Aaron will pull out and try to make a run at here at the stage. And
He
he,
does not.
good teammate.
There's
That's a
stage
dominant stage by these 2 teammates, and Corey wins stage 1 here at Atlanta. But that's textbook what you need to be doing here at these super speedways. You get a teammate out there, and you guys are content, pushing each other. That's exactly what you need to be doing. So if they can continue to create that or recreate that through stage 2 and the rest of the race, I think these guys will be the 2 to beat.
I completely agree with you. I think now would be a good time for an interview. It's just whether who.
Let's see who we can drag in here.
I know Hunsaker does not have a mic.
Well, we have not gotten to talk to Cash Cope yet this season, so maybe we can talk to Cash, see what his strategy is. Obviously, he did lose the back end of that pack, but he is on the lead lap, so maybe we can see if he can strategize a little bit with him.
Yep.
Hey, Cash, it's Christian and Sully up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I do.
So you kind of had some bad luck on this first stage, kind of lost the front pack, but currently the last car on the lead lap, so you're definitely not out of it. Walk us through that first stage and maybe what you plan on doing this for the second stage.
So, 3 laps into the race, I don't know for what reason, but everyone decided to have a skill issue and wreck. I don't know what that was about, but anyways, that kind of didn't give us a lot of damage, only 40 seconds of optional, so we're fine from that end. Starting from the back, people don't know how to start a damn race, apparently. So, we lost the draft really early on, but, I mean, it's only the first half of the race. We still got another 65 more laps-ish of this stuff, so, I mean, we're not out of it by any means. So, I mean, they're not over till it's over. We could be first in 5 minutes or
Yep.
first at the end of this race, so who knows what's going to happen, but, just gotta stay out of trouble for the first couple races because these super speedway races, they're all about not dying. They don't really take any skill. Just if you don't die, you're probably gonna win.
Yeah. How do you plan on taking out these 2 teammates, Corey Lyles and Aaron Schugel?
What's up?
How do you plan on taking down these 2 teammates up front, Corey Lyles and Aaron Schugel? They've been dominant all race. I think
So you see, the funny thing is, those are my teammates.
those are your teammates.
Yeah, they drive for me.
Well, how do you plan on working with them? What's your guys' game plan?
Win. That's really the only game plan. We'll figure out how to get there. We'll figure out how to win when we get there. But the game plan going in this week is just win, and we'll see what happens.
Last lap. It's you 3 up there. Are you going for it, or are you letting your teammates win?
I've never heard of Corlels and Aaron Schugels, so
There you go.
I'm not gonna wreck the car trying to beat them. But I mean, if I have a shot, I'm gonna take it. I'm not gonna go do an outrageous move on them. But I mean, if I have a shot, they're just another competitor. But I mean, I'll try to be a team player.
Well, there we
There you
go.
go.
Well, we're going 1 to gray now, so we're gonna drag you back and you can start this race. But hopefully, we can talk to you here in Victory Lane.
Yeah, hopefully people learn how to start a race from now. So that'd be nice.
Yep.
But anyways.
Yep. Good luck.
Hey, thank you.
Cash Culpa on number 57 car right now. Gonna be starting P8. But you heard it. You heard it from the man himself. You know, he's got his two teammates right here that have been dominating this race. Um, he will go for it, and which I honestly don't disagree with. Right? It's fun. It's fine to work with teammates up until you gotta. At the end of the day, you're racing for yourself, right? Solely. So, I don't agree with what he said. Right? He's got to go for it if he can.
Yep. It's your job to win. Do it for your crew. And as long as another team doesn't win, the team still wins. So I think whatever goes, goes. But if you're going to do something, make it for the overall good.
I definitely agree. Lights are off on the pace truck. Pace truck is down Perry Road, and Corey Lyles will lead us back to green, and we will start stage 2. And Aaron Schugel having a bad pit stop. I believe. I mean, he's not up there to help his teammate right now. You have Tane right there, pushing that inside line, and you have Kevin getting pushed by Jacob Quill leading that top. But you do see Aaron Schugel right there dropping to the bottom. He's going to help this bottom line. He's going to give Tane that push he needs to get up to Corey. And in my opinion, when it comes to these super speedway style tracks, that third car is the most crucial because that third car allows that second place car to get up and push the leader. So I think Aaron is going to do a good job of staying behind that 21. And I also think Andrew is going to do a good job of staying behind that 12 and give these two leaders a chance to battle it out for this lead.
Because they are still side by side. You wonder how long this can last. You have, you have teammates on this outside lane pushing Kevin Hunsaker, and the 71 of Corey Lyles, or the 77 of Corey Lyles, apologies, is not quite hooked up with his teammate. So maybe this outside line and Kevin Hunsaker can have a good push.
And here comes Schugel to leave the 21 out to dry, and they're going to try to get linked up again. And everybody's going to leave that 21 once again. Poor Tane, man. But they are going to drop back down, grab Tane. And Jimmy McKinney is going to lead this top line. For now, at least.
If Cash Culp can get up there with his teammates, this thing is going to be really hard for anyone else to win.
No, it's definitely going to be over GG's for most of the field. The only people I think can have a chance is, I think, you have that 21 and that 3 other teammates, and you have the 12 and the 2 other teammates. If they can kind of work together as 4, and maybe work together, I can see maybe that putting an end to that. But I think Diego still has some sort of issue because he's already fallen off the back of this pack a lot. Right now, Corey Lyle's going about 280 versus Diego's 273. So he's definitely a lot slower, and him not being in the draft early does help with the slowness, but unfortunate for Diego. And it looks like Andrew White might have lost touch with this front pack.
Kevin Hunsaker goes down low on the 21. Is the 21 going to be sent to the back of the field again? Or the back? Oh my gosh, this poor guy. He's just getting used up.
Tane is just getting used up. They're taking advantage of him for their own benefit and just leaving him out to dry. But here comes Jacob. Cash also has lost the back of this pack. Him and Andrew. Kevin's gonna go to the bottom here. He's gonna split up, and he's actually gonna. Yeah. Okay, so Corey's gonna go up there with Aaron to kind of help out his teammate, but I think this is ultimately gonna
Now, if the
break up these
32
guys.
can jump up top, this would really neutralize these two teammates as they fall back.
And that's what that 32 does. But I honestly think everybody's gonna stick to this bottom, and it's gonna shuffle this 32 back, and Kevin's gonna be leading this race.
And Tane always comes back. He's back up to second.
Yeah, Tane has really put himself in positions to, even though he's been getting used up all race as they get around that 84 lapper. He's still put himself in positions as he's clear. You're still there. Take it, Tane. There you go. You're still clear. He's put himself in positions to continue to come back and put himself into a podium spot, regardless of the way he's been getting used up. So I honestly think Tane is a guy that can win this race because of how he's driven from the back from the back of this pack to the front several times now. Right now sitting in P2. And he elects to go, I think, to the back again. I think he didn't feel comfortable giving that push to the 9 into that tri-oval. Plus, he had the 77 all over his back end. And I think he just backed out of it. He's going to go to the back of this little 5-car group right here. Jacob Quill kind of just sitting here about 6/10 behind this front pack. I think he has enough of the draft, I think, to be able to catch back up, but he is slowly losing touch with these guys.
With this next gen draft package, I cannot see him catching this field again. You usually need help from behind. This might be worst case scenario for him.
Yeah, because Cash Culp right now is the next car behind, I believe. And he is 7-8 seconds behind right now. I don't know what happened to Cash right here. But looks like very off the pace. I didn't see him getting into any trouble. But off the pace here for Cash, unfortunately. And Jacob Quill's already dropped back to a 2.5 behind the 5th place of Tane right here. So yeah, he has no help and is going to continue to fall behind here in stage 2. And once again, this kind of leaves like a little 5-car pack for this front pack, and everybody else, there's not really another pack. Everybody else is kind of, separated themselves, kind of running by themselves. You see the 17 right here by himself. You see Cash by himself. You saw, as we see Jacob by himself. We have little tiny packs, like we have the 33 and the 7 working together. I think I saw the 2 and the 3 working together. But besides that, really the only solid pack right here is this front pack with these front 5 right here. Right now they're just content, just kind of running single file. And once again, the teammates are back out in front. Aaron Schugel pushing Corey once again. So with how this race is going, I honestly think it's going to be really hard to get around these teammates because for this to even be a possibility, you have to have all 3 of those guys team up on those 2, and I don't honestly see that happening because you're honestly racing for yourself. And if you see, like, let's say the 3rd place car go out and try to run that outside, that's a free spot, right, at the end of this race. I don't think I could see them, maybe saying, okay, we got to get around these 2, but I could honestly also see someone jumping out of line and just getting used up. So with only 5 people up here racing, I honestly don't see them teaming up to try to get around these front 2. As I say that, you see the 21 and the 32 trying to make this outside work. We'll see how this works out for them.
I think it's in Kevin's best interest to try and get in line with them and maybe get around these teammates, send them to the back again.
Yeah, you can't just allow these teammates to continue to lead this race because right now, they have it set in stone the way that they don't really need to do anything. And the 9 gets hooked.
hard in the wall.
Let's see what happened here. I guess the 9 thought maybe he was clear, trying to get up and turned himself on the nose of that 21 car. A lot of damage for that car. And he's going to take that car down pit road. So now it's a 2v2 for this front pack. Now, it's actually no, because of Tane having to check up, he has lost connection. So it's literally Corey, Aaron, and Jamie right here. There is that 17 lap car that I think is trying to work with this 32, but this is literally worst case scenario for this 32 car. I mean, he has these two teammates that he knows is going to work together. They're going to do everything in their best interest to keep this 32 behind them. And 32 going to run the apron. I don't, but I mean, this is best case scenario for these two teammates leading this race.
You really have to wonder, can these teammates even lose? I cannot see them losing at all right now.
Yeah, I mean, they need a. Everybody else that is on the lead lap needs a caution to give themselves even a shot. But also, if they do get that caution, and we will be getting another stage caution, but you think about it, everybody's single file. They don't have a drafting buddy. You see them lapping the 7 car again. These two have linked up with the 17 as well. It looks like Jamie has lost touch with this pack. Maybe he can get reconnected with the 7 car right here. But these guys that will be on the lead lap after stage 2, do need to take advantage of this and get up there and try to fight, right? Try to take the lead away from these two, because obviously right now these two are the favorites by far to win this race now. Right now only 7 cars on the lead lap. Andrew White right now 27 seconds behind this front pack. And probably in really bad contention of also getting lapped by these two teammates. Let's see if we can ride on board with Corey here, and we can probably see that number 2 car in the peripheral. Yeah, you see that 2 car right there. He's not that far away. So probably a panic starting to set in for Andrew White as well. Obviously, with this stage yellow, he probably will be the lucky dog, but definitely would probably prefer to not be lapped at all.
The 32 has dropped out of the race for lead. It is these two teammates racing for this.
I mean, you got to think the 17 car is probably going to try to race to get a lap back or something. I don't know why else he would be this up towards them. He could potentially make a mistake and, like I said, tried to give a bad push to the 71. He could accidentally wreck one of these guys trying to get his lap back. Looks like these cars handling is starting to go away. You saw the 17 getting a little loose right there into to the center of the corner right there. But honestly, I agree. I don't think these two teammates can be stopped right now. Obviously, we'll have that stage caution, but I mean, these guys have been given what, 3 or 4 opportunities to go up here and take this lead away from these teammates, and have not done it. So these guys haven't figured out what they need to do, and obviously are running away with this lead. Jamie, the 3rd place car, 5.5 seconds behind these guys. And they're slowly reeling in Andrew White to put him a lap down. With another 65 laps of racing here in stage... Actually... Is there going to be a second stage? Because these honestly...
I do not think so.
Yeah. So, yeah. Unless they get a caution... A lot of these drivers are in really bad contention of Gonna lap down early, all the way up to Jacob Quill on P5. Jacob's 25 seconds behind these guys. So it's Andrew. Andrew right now is the first car in contention, almost 30 seconds behind. Then there's Cash Cope 27, and then Jacob Quill 26 now. So unless we get a caution, there's no one that really can stop these guys besides that 17. And I don't think the 17 is going to actively try to wreck these leaders, so. And you can see the number 2 and camera shot now. Trying to work with that 33 car of Zach Klinsman, but obviously hasn't been good enough to pull away from these leaders.
Lap traffic.
There's a
As
17,
the 17
loose.
gets loose.
You can see these drivers. I mean, they're there. And I don't know if there's anything that Andrew can do right here. See what they try to do there. And to the outside they go. Oh, crosses him over inside. He's not clear yet. There you go. Good defense by Andrew right here. 33 is going to get lapped right here.
This should be interesting. As they catch more cars, it might just turn into a bigger and bigger pack.
And now what do these teammates do? Are they content pushing this 2 car out and risking potentially not getting wrecked? Or do they try to, get around this 2 car? They are catching the 12 right now of Jacob Quill. Jacob Quill on camera shot now of these guys. 71. You can tell they're trying to get around them, but they're not making their runs very well. And the 2 is very easily, blocking these runs. As I say that, they get to the inside.
33 has a huge run.
33. Right now, 33's got to try to push this 2. That's what Andrew needs right now. Is he needs help. And this 33 is honestly doing a pretty decent job keeping Andrew in the fight right here. Really good pushing by Zach right here. And this is actually allowing people like Jacob Quill to pull away. And what just happened to the teammates?
What?
Hey,
Oh,
whoa!
Jacob Quill around.
And Jacob
Or no, that is
Andrew White. And I think he just simply got turned.
By a lap car.
I want to
It
take
all
a.
started with
I wanna-
teammates.
Yeah, it looks like this. Aaron Schugel kind of pushes the 77 on exit, gets the 77 upset, but Corey able to save it. And I honestly think the 2 not clear. I mean, that 33 is on the apron trying to give him as much room as he can, and that 2 is still coming down, and then finally just hooks himself off the 33, and it KOs the car on that outside wall. But that was a race saver for Jacob Quill right there. Was getting ready to get lapped, and was just ahead of this lead group, and is gonna keep on the lead lap. So
This is going to be a little less than 25 laps of just pure chaos here at Atlanta.
and I think honestly, Andrew kept the lead lap because when he wrecked and that caution came out, he was technically in front of those leaders due to the teammates, having a mistake on the exit of that corner. But you see a lot of front end damage on that number 2 Miller Lite car. You can see it all caved in on that right side right there. There's the camera we want. That's definitely gonna affect the way that car handles. And as we were told by Noah, like if he takes that faster pair, he's getting the penalty. So it was put there by accident, and so he's gonna have to kind of sit here and take the damage. And there he goes.
As Jamie has somehow found himself in the lead. I'm guessing he didn't pit.
Jamie did not pit right now. He has 37 laps on those Goodyear tires. Same thing with Cash Culp. Cash deciding to not pit as well. So honestly, I don't mind this strategy, right? We have everybody stacked up again. We might get a wreck, and then they can come down and get some Goodyear tires, you know? They should be choosing this time. You see that 17 going to get a lucky dog here. And Jamie elects the inside. Cash outside. And Schugel inside. Looks like Corey Lyles is going to take the outside. Tane back in this race on the inside. Jacob Quill outside going to be a P6. And then Andrew White, wherever he will be, I think he's a lap down actually, so he'll probably be starting at the tail end of this pack here. Now this is going to definitely show how the tires are going to affect the way these cars drive. Like I said, these front two, 38 laps on their tires versus everybody else. I just came down and got fresh Goodyear tires here. Obviously, with the way Atlanta is, tire wear is a thing, I believe. So I'm interested to see how well these cars are going to drive. You have the two teammates, you know, pushing either lane. So, but lights are off on the pace track, and we will be going green this time. So Jamie McKinney going to be getting some laps led here at Atlanta. We'll hand this race back over to Barney and Jamie, and we will be green.
Cash Culp, all these teammates. Kevin Hunsker has really fallen back. He says to hope that this doesn't turn into a two-pack race like it has been.
You see that number 71 all over the back end of this 32, trying to give him good shoves down the backstretch. And you see, look who's back, Tane, here rounding out this podium spot. You see the number 77 of Corey Lyles jumping in the outside, and Tane's going to block that run. It's, oh, the 17 loose in the back there.
Now the two teammates are hooked up again.
Now what does Jamie do to try to keep these guys
Gotta
behind
be
him?
worried. My guess is that they're going to go to his outside, and there's going to be nothing he can do. As there it goes.
There he goes. He's going to have to rely on this 21 to help. He's got help now. He's got help. He's got... Oh! And the bad push by Tane. But Tane does have... Look who's behind Tane now. His teammate of Diego laps down. But he's going to try to help his teammate try to get back up there. See Cash Culp getting pushed by Jacob Quill right there. And they are locked up together. And they're going somewhere.
The outside.
32 of Jamie's going to try the outside here. But no help. You see Cash is going to go to the inside, obviously. And now we have two sets of teammates. 1 through 4. Yeah, exactly. So we'll see what Diego can do. Diego needs to, step it up a little bit and help out his teammate right here. Because he has not really been able to lock up. And you see the teammate side by side for the lead.
Very interesting. I'm guessing they're just trying to lock up both lanes.
Yeah, you see, that's exactly what they're doing. Look at Cash. He's going to push the 77 up on that outside.
Which is another teammate.
And there goes Corey to lead this inside, and they're going to leave Cash up there, and hopefully Jamie can push Cash up there. That's what Cash wants to see. And Jamie looking almost 3 wide on Cash right there, but you see the number 9, Kevin, is trying to make his way back up here. Did not lose contact with this field. First car a lap down right now.
As they are somehow just pulling away.
Yeah, these two teammates are actually gapping this field. Back in back in the COT days, remember back in 2009, 2010, 2012, you could tan them and pull away at these super speedway style tracks, and that's exactly what they're doing right now. But you see the two teammates, Tane and Diego, starting to reel them back in. In my opinion, if there's anybody that's going to break them up, it's going to be these two, because we know they're going to work together. We know if Tane tries to go out there to try to make a run on that outside, Diego's probably going to go out there with him, but it looks like Diego's having some, handling issues. He can't really keep it on the inside. You see him kind of drift up on the entry of the corners here. And with all that, Kevin, once again, has made his way into the P5 slot, and Jacob Quill, once again, along with Cash and Jamie, are starting to lose connection with this front pack. 17 to go. This is not what you need to be doing right here. 1.1 seconds behind right now, and Cash has to really start pushing. Obviously, a caution could change everything, but if I were Jacob, I'd want to be up there trying to race for this win.
Kevin Hunsaker has somehow found his way back, but he's kind of the odd one out.
Yeah, right now the first car a lap down. So right now what Kevin really wants to see is a caution, and that's not him, right? So I think he's fine just kind of riding back there, and maybe even helping this Hodgson team. Because we know I believe Kevin and Noah are teammates, and obviously Noah out of the race after having that unfortunate incident to where he broke the car, and it looks like Noah and Chad is actually spotting Kevin now, so he has parked the car and went up to the spotter stand to kind of try to help Kevin win this race. Right.
Caution is out.
We'll try to find what happened here.
The 7 car.
Yeah, we're seeing that now. The 33 also having an issue. Oh my lord. So it looks like the 33 getting loose off the bumper of Andrew White. And just overcorrects, and 7 car has nowhere to go. And that's going to kill both their race cars. To the 7 all the way down here in the grass, but that's definitely a race saver for some of these guys, but also for some of the people, like the two teammates, do not want to see that, because now they're going to have to restart again, try to keep this lead. And that's going to allow people like Jamie McKinney and Cash Culp, right now, the last 2 drivers on the lead lap, I would come down and take fresh tires if I were them. You see Jamie doing that, and you see Cash coming down also, and coming down pit road to do something.
I wonder what lane choice is going to look like here for these 2 sets of teammates.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested, and also huge break for Kevin. That's gonna put him back on the lead lap. So Kevin back in this race.
And Diego has to fall back as his lap's down, so Tane's going to be all by himself with about 10 to go.
Now, if I were Noah right here, I would try to get Kevin to work with that 21. I mean, you guys have to try to do something to break up this Corey Lyles, Aaron Schugel, Cash Culp dominance, right? So if at this point we're going to be going 10 to go here, you have to try to work with people now. You have to work with people you probably don't want to try to win this race. You guys have raced around each other for 120 laps. You know who you can work with. You know people that probably can't be trusted. It's do or die time, so...
Yeah, I completely agree. Kevin's got to find somebody to work with, and he's got to do it fast. Because nobody's going to wait for him. And I know for sure these two teammates aren't. As they are about to choose. Where would they go? As...
Oh. So, we see Aaron Schugel, I believe. What is this? 3 wide. We got 3 lane choices now. No.
What is going on?
So we have Corey Lyles electing the top. We have Hodgson electing the bottom. And so that will give Jacob Quill P3 on the bottom. And then Aaron Schugel will be P4. So those teammates electing to line up with each other. And you see Cash Colt also sitting there on in the third line on the outside. So all 3 of those teammates lined up together. And you see the 3 Fords kind of lined up as well on the bottom with Tane, Jacob, and Diego in a good spot to, help his teammate out right here. The lights are off on the pace truck, and he will be coming down pit road any second now. And we're going to be green with 10 to go here at Atlanta.
Big stack up out of Diego. The 77 gets clear. He does not take it. Those 3 teammates on the top side. His bottom looks hooked up. Diego's coming.
Oh, and he saves it. What a save. But Tane is coming. I've personally raced with Jacob Quill before, and he's one of the best pushers I've ever raced with. So we know Jacob knows how to push, and we know we know that he can get these drivers up to the field. I think Jacob now knows it is time to go. He was kind of one of the guys that kind of were, I don't know if it was purposeful, but falling back and losing his field. But now it's, you got to go. You cannot
let these
hold
two
back.
guys get clear. You know they will go down. There they go. Oh, Cash goes with them. That was pretty dirty.
And I don't think Cash was clear. Well, that was a close call, but now you have all 3 of those guys lined up, and I mean, this might be a GG's for the rest of this field, because you know that they're just going to probably sit in line. Cash did say that if he gets the opportunity, he will try to race for it, but let's see what they're willing to do here. And now 6 laps to go at Atlanta. What does Jacob Quill do? What does Kevin do? And they're the only 2 that are on the lead lap right now that are up here that can battle. You see the number 84 getting pushed by Andrew White up here. Obviously, Andrew and Jacob teammates, so you can see maybe Andrew electing to help his teammate try to get up there. But now we have 2 lap cars tagged onto the back of this pack. What is it? What?
Metzger and Quill have to work together.
No, I agree. They have to do something to do something. I have a feeling that maybe these lap cars might work with them. They have nothing to race for. They have nothing to lose, right? So we'll see.
There they go.
And there go. Now it's a 4v3.
Oh my. They are pulling together here as Andrew White makes the bad choice on his teammate and goes low. Kind of doing his teammate dirty. Oh, 84 to
84
the
is
wall.
the. But here comes Jacob Quill on the bottom.
There they go. We know that Cash is going to go to the top, and we know that Andrew's going to go to the bottom. This is going to be a 3v3.
Kevin doing a really good job shoving that 12 right now. But right now, it's just they need that 12, that 2 car up there helping right now because it is a numbers game at Atlanta. If you don't have the numbers, you cannot help. But here they come. And that bottom line is starting to form, and it's starting to make momentum right here. You know the top's going to be faster on the exit, but you know if you can get that car settled down there on the bottom, they will be better on entry. That 9 car needs to get hooked up right here. Once again, you cannot let those 2 get clear.
In my opinion, what these 2 teammates seem to do is the 77 should get down and block that bottom lane.
I definitely agree because if they control both lanes, it's not really a whole lot anybody can do besides maybe like push the leader too hard and wreck. But those 2 are clear, and they're going to drop down. Final lap here at Atlanta. Jacob's got to do
They
something.
dominated all day.
They're not
Kevin,
loose.
they dominated all day.
We'll see if Cashler's willing to, try something with Jacob here. Jacob's going to try to run on the outside, but it's not going to be enough. And Corey Lyles is going to win here at Atlanta. That was closer than I thought it'd be.
And Quill gets second.
Will squeaks out second over Aaron Schugel right there. And Cash Colt P4 and Kevin P5 right here. And they're having some silly Billy stuff, I think, maybe. Make sure there wasn't any beef. I mean, that might have been a little shove post-race because Andrew White and Kevin, Kevin basically lost a shot to win the race because of them making contact. So let's take a look at this and see if this was any malice. Oh, yeah, that was definitely out of malice. You saw him get right in the back end of that 2 car.
Kevin was more mad about the 2 car leaving him out to dry, he said.
Okay, well, we're going to watch Corey Lyles burn it down here with his teammates at Cash and Aaron Schugel here. But while we get our drivers ready for post-race interviews, let's go through your results here at Atlanta. So Corey Lyles, your winner. Jacob Quill barely sneaks out Aaron Schugel by 1/100th of a second. Cash Colt is going to be your P4. Kevin Hunziker P5. So you want to round us out to the rest of the top 10?
Tane Hoddison in P6. Jamie McKinney in P7. In P8, we got Andrew White. In P9, Chris A. Maxwell. And rounding out the top 10, Diego A. Rodriguez.
And then we got Clinton Funk in 11th, Zachary Klinsman in 12th, Blake Cottrell in P13, and rounding out your field is Noah Hamilton. Unfortunately, a bad race for him. But let's go ahead and try to drag in. Let's see if we can find your
think they are all in there.
Third place finisher of Aaron
Dragging it in.
Schugel. Let's get him in here. Aaron Schugel, it's Christian and Sully up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
So a P3 for you. Obviously, you and Corey kind of really dominated this race. Once you guys two got linked up, you guys really pulled away and really never gave it up. So walk us through your race.
Yeah, just we didn't. I didn't really have time to qualify. I kind of came in a little late, and Corey really needed the win because he was a little bit behind on points, and I wasn't even running this full time. So we just tried to get linked up together, and just he always knew where I was already. I always knew where he was, and just I was able to get linked up with him pretty early, and I can't say I've ever started lapping people as if it were a intermediate at New Atlanta, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, I'm just happy of CCR. My full-time team is JFR, so shout out to them. Blue ovals were really fast, and yeah, good one for Corey.
Yeah, definitely dominating performance by you two. But anybody want to shout out besides friends, family, anybody else?
ORW, they're one of my only real sponsors. JFR, Cash Culp, he really helped us in the end there. Kind of gave me a weird push at the end there, and it was really hard for me to recover, and we got third place. But overall, really happy with it. Happy for Corey. Happy I was able to, push in the entire race. And yeah, I may try and do this league again.
That's great news to hear. But we're gonna drag you back up to celebrate with teammates, friends, and family, and hopefully we're gonna talk to you next week.
Okay, thank you, man. See ya.
That was Aaron Schugel, driver number 71, your P3 finisher. Let's see if we can get Mr. Jacob Quill in here. Hey, Jacob, it's Sully and Christian up in the booth. Got a copy?
Yes, we do.
So, P2 finish. Couldn't go for the 3-peat, but, I mean, it looked really hard to get around those three teammates. So just walk us through your race and walk us through that finish.
Well, most of the race we kind of lost the first pack, so we were really relying on cautions. We were trying to save fuel to make it on strategy, but with the cautions, of course, that didn't work out as you saw. After that, we got to the end, and I had an alliance with Kevin there at the end. Just we were working great, we were trying our hardest, but man, this package sucks. It just you cannot get a single car run going, so it really blew us.
Yeah, it definitely looked like it was hard to generate a run, especially being behind someone like that. Because, I mean, I definitely saw you guys trying to pull out and nothing happening. So, any questions?
No. I mean, I think you really did a good job making the best of what you had. Good comeback win, man.
Win.
Or win.
Podium.
Podium.
Not this week.
Thank you.
But anybody want to shout out for this P2 finish, Jacob?
Andrew and Kevin really helped me there. These aren't my best types of tracks, but when I can get a good finish, I'm feeling good. So it's amazing.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can't complain about P2. Obviously, everybody wants to get that one, but good points day for you. So we're going to drag you up to celebrate with teammates, friends, and family, and hopefully we can talk to you next week.
All right, thank you.
That was Jacob Quill, obviously P2 finish. Just couldn't eke out enough to eke out Corey Lyles here, but let's go ahead and get Corey Lyles in here and get an interview from your race winner. Hey, Corey, Christian, and Sully up in the booth. Got a copy?
Yeah.
So, I mean, pretty much a dominating win for you with you and Aaron kind of running away with this for most of the race. So, walk us through your race.
Absolute domination. Ian Schugel just hooked up and we didn't leave. I mean, we stayed at the front.
Yeah, it looked like, I mean, we talked about this on a broadcast. There was plenty of opportunities for, people to come up and race you, try to take you guys away, but somehow you guys continued to figure it out and keep that lead. And as soon as you guys were linked up, it's especially with the super-speedway package at Atlanta, it's so hard to generate a run. So once you two were linked up, it just seemed like you guys were impassable. But Going down to those last couple laps, walk us through what you guys were thinking and what you ultimately did to secure this win.
Well, with that late caution, we thought we were screwed. But somehow we just barely pulled out from, was it Jacob Quill? I thought he was gonna get us there, but we made it.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a close finish, but Sully, any remarks for Corey?
No, good run, man. Way to really take control. I was surprised when you guys didn't choose to control both lanes, but I mean, it turned out to be the good option. So good job by both of you guys.
Yeah, thank you. We thought that we really didn't think that through. But still got it done.
Well, a dominating win by you, Corey. Any shout outs, any sponsors, friends, family you want to shout out for this win here at Atlanta?
Yeah, I wanna shout out JFR and CCR and Team Zeems. Let's see here. Powerade, Bass Pro, Ford. I think that's about it.
Well, once again, a dominating win by you. So we're gonna drag you back up to celebrate with your friends and family, teammates at home, and once again, dominating win. And hopefully, we can talk to you soon, or maybe next week.
Yep.
Alrighty, that was Corey Lyles, your winner here at Atlanta. But Sully, what a race! A lot of ups and downs for a lot of drivers, but what do you think of it?
Impressive stuff by everybody. Definitely better than last week. Put on a good show. Like Aaron Schugel said before, it was weird seeing lap traffic like we were at any other intermediate. Another good show. Excited to be back next week.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Really exciting show. Definitely put a great show on for the fans at home. But besides that, guys, Corey Lyles, your winner here. We'll be back here next week for once again at 9:20, hopefully. Sorry, we apologize for being a little bit late. Having some computer issues, but we'll be back here around 9:20 again for some more NWS Cup Series. Once again, got to thank Sully for coming here and helping me out in the booth once again. Hopefully we can see him back. Got to shout out all the fans and everybody at home for supporting the broadcast, supporting everything else, and got to shout out to the drivers for obviously putting on a hell of a race. I mean, it was 1/100th of a second for P2, so they definitely put it all out on the line. Got a shout out to Noah for putting on this league. He does a hell of a job running this, and thank you, Noah, for putting trust in High Velocity TV to come out here and put the broadcast on for you guys. And but besides that, guys, I hope you guys have a great rest of your Friday night. And from me and Sully up here in the High Velocity booth, we will talk to you next week. Hope you guys have a great rest of your night, and we'll see you soon.
Peace out, y'all.
Peace out, guys.